Triangles, whenever you have missing angles or you have to find the measurement of a missing angle, what do? A couple key things you need to remember, or the main key thing, is that every triangle, if you add up all the inside angles, it's going to be worth 180 degrees. So all of the equations that you're setting up or expressions you're setting up are going to be taken out of 180. Take this equilateral triangle, for example. All the sides are equal, that's why each one of them is x. So really, if I was to take it, I have one, two, three, I have three angles. I'm trying to find what x equals. I know that if I multiplied, if I added up all three of my angles, they should equal to 180. So if they're equal, and I'm breaking them up equally, if I divide both sides by 3 divided by 3 is 1. I divided both sides by 3, I would find out that 180 divided by 3 is 60, and that each one of my x's is going to be worth 60 degrees, which makes sense. Equilateral triangle has equal sides and equal angles, and if they were all 60, 60 plus 60 plus 60 would equal 180. Now, if you have a problem where maybe they're all different angles, that's fine. Just take what you know and take it away from 180. So what do I know? Well, I know I have x that's missing. I know that I have a 78 that's there. And I know I have a 36 that's there. So if I added up this angle plus this angle plus this angle, they would all add up to 180 degrees altogether. So I'm going to figure out, well, the two angles that I know, what are they worth? If I was to take 78 plus 36 and add them together, and if I set it up vertically out to the side, 78 plus 36, carry the 1, that's going to be equal to 114 degrees. So I know that now, if I added x, what's missing, plus 114, it should be equal to 180. Now, to get x by itself, I'm going to subtract 114 from this side. So now it's just a plain old x. And I would subtract 180 minus 114. And if I was to do 180 minus 114, I'll kind of work that out. Take that, turn to a 7, that 0 changes to a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 7 minus 1 is 6. That means that my missing angle, x, is equal to 66 degrees. Now the one thing I'm going to tell you is that make sure your answer makes sense. For example, this looks like an acute angle. All acute angles are less than 90 degrees. If your answer is not less than 90 degrees, if it looks like an acute angle, you probably got some problems. Use that information here. I have a right angle here, which is worth how much? 90. Since my right angle, since it's worth 90 degrees, that means my other two angles, which are over here, have to equal up to 180. If I did x plus 90 would equal 180, and those look like acute angles to me. So if I was to set it up, I have two missing sides that are equal. If they both have the same letter, we can assume they're equal. I have that 90, and I know that if I added up all that information, it's going to be equal to 180 degrees. So how would I set this up? Well, get rid of your 90, because we know, okay, take 90 away, take 90 away. 180 minus 90 is 90. That means I have 90 degrees left for my two angles, and it has to be equal. So that means that those are going to be divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is just x. And 90 divided by 2 is 45, which would make sense. Both of these x's are acute angles. There's 45 degrees. If I share 45 plus 45 plus 90, those would all equal up to 180. Now, number 4, if I look in there, this angle right here, that looks like it's more than a 90 degree angle, which is a right angle. So that means my answer should be 90 degrees to 179 degrees, because it's not a straight angle. So it's going to be obtuse. So your answer should be greater than 90 degrees. I want you to stop for a second, see if you can set up this problem, see if you can work it out, and then unpause the video and see if we got the same thing. Okay, so if I was to set it up, it would be x, because I know I'm missing that, plus 49 degrees plus 27 degrees is going to equal up to 180 degrees. So I got to figure out what my two angles together would be. So if I was to do 49 plus 27, that would be 76. I'll work that out. And I'm going to take that 76. So now I have the problem that x plus 76 equals 180 degrees, which is true. 76 is the angle measure of my two angles put together. If I added x to it, plus 76, it should equal 180. I'm going to take away 76 from each side. And if I was to do 180 minus 76, I would get 104 degrees. Is that greater than 90? Yes. That means that it's a obtuse angle, which gives me a good feeling, because if I was to add up 104 plus 49 plus 27 degrees, it would all equal up to 180 degrees. So whenever you're setting up these problems, just write down what you know, figure out